Hey guys, what is going on? My name is Tom Spark. Welcome back to another video. Today we're re-reviewing Zenmate VPN, adding it to the tier list to see where it can rank. Just to be clear, this is another VPN that's owned by Cape, so keep that in mind going forward. Just when deciding to purchase it or not. There are a lot of VPNs owned by the same companies, and I just kind of want to make that disclaimer going forward in these videos just to be upfront about that so you guys know. So guys, make sure to check the links down in the description down below to see my best recommended privacy products. Check out the tier list to see all the best rankings here on the website for all the VPNs, and let's get right into the video. If we take a look at Zenmate's pricing policy, we can see 1 month is $11, which doesn't fit between our $6 to $10 asking price. $60 for 3 years is actually pretty good, but I'm not sure if there will be a renewal charge after that time period that increases. It doesn't really say, so we'll have to keep a lookout for that. 1 year is around $54, so it does get points for the 1 year and 3 year plan. There doesn't seem to be a 2 year plan though, so that's something to think about too. We also see other manipulative pricing tactics like these countdown clock timers. You can see it going on right here, which we do not like to see. We do see unlimited device support though, which is actually pretty cool and not something you see too often, so I do like to see that. And we do see a 30-day money back guarantee. Overall, not the worst pricing system in the world, but honestly, 1 month is pretty expensive and I'm still not quite sure about this deal. Not really sure if it will increase after 3 years. I couldn't find any information that it would, so it is a decent deal overall for what you get, but still a little iffy to me. Cool thing is, I guess the desktop and mobile applications have a free 7-day trial period. I didn't actually see that in the pricing page. It would have been nice to not have to pay for this review, but for those interested, I guess they have a free 7-day trial. So guys, this is what Zenmate looks like, and honestly, I'm going to put it right here and show you a different application that I just reviewed and see if you notice any similarities. So it also has this transparent nature about it, which is actually kind of unique. I haven't really seen in that many other applications, but if you haven't noticed anything yet, this is pretty much the same exact application as CyberGhost, except it just has less features for some reason. But it's pretty much the exact same thing as CyberGhost. You have some basic things here, but nothing really too advanced here. We don't see some advanced features like split tunneling. We do have stuff like kill switches though. We have some options to pick specific servers for streaming, so we'll have to see if these actually work. Overall, it's a decent looking application, but it's just kind of like CyberGhost. Here are some of the things they are missing, just to finish off this section. Alright guys, now we are doing the speed test. We did pick the best server available and we're connecting right now to test to see how quick things are. Generally, I like to see around 700 to 800 range for WireGuard supported VPNs. However, since Zenmate is only using OpenVPN, for some reason it doesn't have WireGuard like CyberGhost does, we probably aren't going to see that impressive of speeds. This is exactly kind of what I would expect from a VPN that supports OpenVPN and not WireGuard, so we'll probably get around 40 to 50 megabytes a second in the torrent download. Alright, we are now downloading the torrent file, and let's see if we get around 40 to 50 in this area. That's not bad speeds, honestly, not bad speeds at all for OpenVPN. Like I said before, with some of the best VPNs out there that do support WireGuard, even CyberGhost gets better speeds than this because it does support WireGuard. We can see around 70 to 80 in this range, and right now we're only seeing around 40 to 50, just like in our speed test and just like I expected. So overall, not bad speeds for a VPN that's kind of old and outdated without the newest protocol supports, and that's just something you're going to have to consider. How exactly does Zenmate VPN do in the privacy audit? Well, not too well. They have Google Analytics on their website, 2 ad trackers, and 1 third-party cookie. Additionally, if we look at the Exodus, which looks at Android trackers, we see 4 trackers, a combination of Google and some other stuff. The permission count isn't too high, but still this is the main concern, and some VPNs out there have 0 trackers. Stuff like TorGuard and most recently Hide.me. Both have 0 trackers and can perfectly pass this without using Google Analytics and no ad trackers or cookies on their website. So that's really nice. Very good job to those VPNs. If we look at more of the reputational things, well, Zenmate is acquired by Cape, and that is exactly why you saw that the client that Zenmate has is pretty much just a copy-paste clone of CyberGhost. In fact, they're probably the same exact VPN bought by this company, just watering it down and combining it all into one company. That's very concerning to a lot of people, and for good reason. In fact, I've been seeing a lot of websites like this lately talking about how Cape has owned several VPN review websites like VPN Mentor. So if you like the sound of a VPN company buying out a magazine to kind of trick customers into buying their own products, then that could be a good thing for you. But for me, that is not what I like to see. Additionally, if we look at the account panel, there really isn't any security that you can enable, like two-factor authentication, which means that if someone gets your password, they most likely could get into your account and steal it pretty easily. Overall, not very impressive. Another thing worth noting is that Zenmate support is pretty slow. It responded to me about in a day answering my question, but for our tier list, we'd like to see at least 1 hour ticket response time, so that's nothing close to the mark. Now we're testing out Zenmate with streaming, and it does seem to be working. We could see Green Zone here, which is a US only title, and since it is working, it means it's working here. Let's go try out some of the other services too. So we're going to try out Hulu right now. It does seem to be working right here, not giving us any sort of proxy error, so really nice. And we are also trying Prime Video, and it does seem to be working pretty decently. Just waiting for this to load right here, see if it fully works. And there we go, it's working. So guys, now we have made it to the end of the review. How does Zenmate end up scoring? Well, let's just summarize each section individually and then go to the final score. As we saw in pricing, Zenmate does pretty well in some areas. The 1 month though isn't affordable. It seems to be more affordable for long-term subscription plans, and I couldn't find evidence of price increases, but something to look out for if you really do want to subscribe to it. The good news is it has unlimited simultaneous connections, which is quite nice, and a 30-day refund policy. However, the support is kind of slow, so it might take a while to get your refund, which is definitely annoying. In terms of application, it's really pretty bare bones. It's got the good user interface of something like CyberGhost, and in fact, I'm pretty sure it's the same user interface, and I've seen past press documents saying that the acquisition of Zenmate by CyberGhost would lead to better UX and various design changes, and that seems to have taken place. However, that said, for the rest of the application, it seems pretty limited in having some of the other features that CyberGhost does have. Something like WireGuard is sorely missing. Additionally, we could list all these different things that's missing, like ad blocking, Linux graphical user interface, sock-side proxies, obfuscation, and different things like that. It's probably definitely one of the weakest applications out there in terms of my opinion and this rating system. The speeds are fine, but nothing that spectacular without WireGuard, and in fact in the privacy audit we saw horrible scoring here. It has no two-factor authentication, it doesn't use open source privacy analytics, it doesn't pass the blacklight test or the Exodus test, and when I looked at the logs collected, I went ahead and adjusted that because reading the privacy policy doesn't seem like they're collecting logs, so it's not really that huge of a concern to me. However, that said, I couldn't really find that much evidence of other complementary privacy services bundled in within the main website. It's mostly just the core Zenmate service that is pretty small, especially since other services like CyberGhost and some other VPNs have more bang for your buck when offering some additional features outside of VPN or even just options. There was that IP leak issue with Zenmate, and they were acquired by Keep as well, which definitely is not good for them. Customer support was also pretty slow, responding, within a day or so, which isn't horrible, but not something that we're really looking for here. Probably where Zenmate did the best is its stream compatibility, probably because it's probably using CyberGhost service and infrastructure, and they've kind of figured it out, and now subsequently so is Zenmate. So it did pretty well here, actually. A decent streaming VPN if you're looking for something like that. However, there are better options on the tier list, which are more affordable for 1 month, have more application features, and do better in pretty much every other aspect of the tier list. Overall, though, it gets a 26.88, going to be just a right between iVPN and OVPN right here. Both VPNs I think are actually better in terms of privacy and pricing even. Well, not iVPN, but OVPN definitely. But Zenmate does get that boost due to stream compatibility. So guys, if you like this video, let me know down in the comments down below. Make sure to choose an S tier VPN. We think those are the best combination of products that you guys would like. Click these links on the website to help support the channel. Use my promo code TomSpark. Also, don't forget to check out some of our other social media things like our subreddit and Twitter. Anyways guys, see you in the next video very soon.